Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Earthlings on planet Earth, wherever you are today. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I've actually had to wait a little bit to make this video because what I've read this morning has made me really quite angry. So I wanted to just digest it and calm down a bit. It's to do with Jeremy Clarkson. And apparently he's issued a second apology, and he did write to Prince Harry to apologise for his, as he put it, clumsy reference to Game of Thrones. And I'd seen the statement from the Sussex camp, and that's the bit that's made me angry. And I'm going to try and contain it. Harry, Meghan, if you're watching this is why I don't like you. I don't like you. I'm resisting it. I'm trying to understand what the hell's going on with both of you. I think you're a pair of bitter little pills. Not one but two apologies. A letter. Not good enough, is it? Fetch the guillotine, fetch a rope, bring the lynch mob. Because apparently you two are so perfect. You're so bloody perfect that you cannot be magnanimous and just say, apology accepted, thank you, let's all move on, which is what I would do. That is genuinely what I would do. And people have done far, far worse things to me than make a reference to something like Game of Thrones. Now, initially, when I first heard what Jeremy had written, I was quite shocked and I thought, what the hell, Clarkson? What are you talking about? Because he didn't put in the original article that he was referencing Game of Thrones. I don't watch Game of Thrones, I never have. I know it's really popular, but my daughter and I tried to watch it and there was just so much sex, which neither of us liked. I don't want to see sex on the telly when my my daughter's 21, when we're in the same room together, any more than when I was living with my mum and dad. We didn't really like to see sex on the telly. It's not something that two different generations want to watch, so we just never got into Game of Thrones. Now, I've been accused of, apparently I'm brainwashed by the Daily Mail. I'm not going to say who it is. That person knows who they are. They're actually a nice person. They comment here. I am not brainwashed by the Daily Mail, right? And I don't know if that person realises that me and my husband were at war with the Daily Mail for years and years. And Graham actually sued them and they coughed up. And we went, okay, thank you, and we moved on. Because we're not perfect. Far from it. But Harry and Meghan's salacious appetite for revenge. It's incredible. It knows no bounds. Poor Thomas Markle. You evil Thomas Markle, we will not stop until you have been trampled to death into the ground. Jeremy Clarkson, no, this is not good enough. We want you stripped of all your assets. We want you to lose your entire career. No grovelling apology is good enough for Prince Harry, the Prince of Perfection. The Prince who does nothing but complain about all his family's faults. So, to this person who says, I quote, the Daily Mail, I'm brainwashed by the Daily Mail, I'll read what they've said in case anyone else has missed it. And I got this one from Variety.com. Because it's the same statement in all the papers, including the Daily Mail, which I have checked. A spokesperson for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex issued a statement regarding the matter on Monday afternoon. And it says, quote, on December the 25th, 2022, Mr. Clarkson wrote solely to Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. The contents of his correspondence were marked private and confidential. While a new public apology has been issued today by Mr. Clarkson, what remains to be addressed is his long-standing pattern of writing articles that spread hate rhetoric, dangerous conspiracy theories, and misogyny. It continues. Unless each of his other pieces were also written in a hurry, as he states, it is clear that this is not an isolated incident shared in haste, but rather a series of articles shared in hate. That's the statement. That's why I don't like you, Meghan and Harry. You yourselves, every time you open or flap your lips, what makes you think that you are so perfect that you can just cast judgment on anybody and everybody, and that forgiveness, that word just doesn't exist in your vocabulary? Despite the fact I've also been on the Archwell website this morning and I've read all about your version of compassion, and it actually says, never mind the dictionary's definition. It actually says that on Archwell. Throw those dictionaries in the bin. We are going to invent new words, new meanings. They are the chief lexicologists of planet Earth now. I think you both need to have a bloody good look at yourselves. Harry, I've defended you, I've stuck up for you, but you're really coming across as a very, very nasty piece of work. You should have thought a little bit harder before releasing that statement, because I was in your camp, mate. I've been there fighting for you, Diana's boy. Losing me, Harry, losing me. Get a grip, and get a grip of your wife as well. I don't know what kind of therapist you're seeing. They're not doing you any good at all. I'm sorry for the angry rant today, guys. What do you think? Do you think Jeremy Clarkson should be, I don't know, whipped and beaten, put in the stocks? What would be good enough for those two? What would? Nothing, I'll wager. Nothing would be good enough. I bet if the royal family walked naked themselves and with grovelling apologies, lashings of apologies, the wedding wasn't expensive enough, Frogmore wasn't good enough, oh, the private jets weren't enough, all the money and the privilege, that wasn't enough, being made, what was it, President and Vice President of the Commonwealth Youth, something like that, the titles, it wasn't good enough, nothing is good enough. If the royal family said have Windsor Castle, have Buckingham Palace, in fact, have the entire United Kingdom be king and queen, we will all bow and worship, I do not believe that would be good enough. Because Meghan and Harry, they're just so bloody perfect. I wish I was. I wonder what it feels like to be that perfect. As always, guys, thank you for listening.